Hey guys, what's going on? So recently I did a video reacting to CBS Sports Young Quarterback Confidence Ranking, and I decided, why don't I do my own young quarterback ranking, so you guys could go in the comments and tell me how wrong it is. So I decided to do my own style QB ranking, so I'm doing top 10 quarterbacks 25 and under. So to start off at number 1, we obviously got Danny Dimes. Guys, I'm kidding, it was a joke. It was a joke, guys. Calm down. I see you guys scrolling to the comments to just roast me and call me super biased. It was a joke. I was joking. But for real, the obvious number 1 on this list is Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, league MVP, all done before the age of 25. I mean, that's an incredible list of accomplishments, and he is just insanely talented. One of my favorite players in the league, and I honestly believe he has the chance to be the GOAT. I know it's a little early to talk about that, especially with Brady still being in the league, but I really do believe when it's all said and done, he could be the GOAT. At number 2 on my list, I have Lamar Jackson. Obviously had a crazy season last year. No one could stop him. He was unstoppable with his arm, unstoppable with his legs. They lost in the playoffs. They had a bad loss in their first playoff game. They had the bye and then lost pretty bad. But I really don't think that loss was on him so much. And again, it's only his second season. Last season was only his second season. So he's still got a long career ahead of him. So coming in at number 3 on my list is Deshaun Watson. So Watson has had some big time plays in his career. His performance versus the Bills in the playoffs last year was incredible. Just bringing them back in that game, leading them on the game-winning drive, and that play where he escaped the sack, that was a huge play. And then in a different game when he got kicked in the face and still threw the touchdown, that was incredible. He got kicked in the face, was almost sacked, then just casually fixed his face mask and threw the touchdown. He's someone, who's just going to leave it all out there on the field. It stinks that they traded away DeAndre Hopkins, but he's so talented. I really don't think that he's going to let that affect him. And he's someone I could see being a real MVP candidate next season, even though, they traded away one of the best wide receivers in football. At number 4, I have Kyler Murray, and he's someone I really love to watch play. I don't know the right word to describe his play. I feel like it's pop. Like, he plays with pop. The ball, it just pops out of his hand so fast and so effortlessly. And when he runs, he runs with that pop. He's like, boop, boop, boop. That was a weird sound effect. But really, he's just so athletic and so fun to watch. And I think he's going to take a big step next year. At number 5, I have Joe Burrow. And I was debating whether I was going to put the 2020 NFL draft class on here. But I decided, why not? They're in the NFL now and they're under 25 years old. And Joe Berra was so dominant, obviously, last year in college. He just has all the tools. Every part of his game, I feel, is so strong. And we're seeing now more than ever young quarterbacks come in and make big impacts. So why not put him at number 5? At number 6, I have Jared Goff. And yes, I know last season was bad. And he's actually, I think, the oldest quarterback on this list. He is 25. But it'd be disrespectful for me to forget that he went to the Super Bowl the season before that. I mean, how much of that was McVay? I don't know. But listen, I know it wasn't all McVay because Goff had to go out on the field and execute, and he did. He beat New Orleans on the road. He went down to New Orleans and beat them in the playoffs. I think that's super impressive. And he's the only quarterback on this list who has appeared in the Super Bowl besides Mahomes. So for me to not put him top 10 in the top 10 list here, I think that'd be pretty disrespectful and just looking too much at last season. Yeah, I don't think the Rams are going to be too great this upcoming season, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as last year. And Goff has really accomplished a good amount in his career thus far. So this next part of the list from number 7 on is where it got really tough for me. I was moving these players around a lot, and there were some players that didn't make the list that I thought could have. So yeah, bear with me here. Coming in at number 7, I have Josh Allen, and I have mixed feelings on him, to be honest. He kind of choked in that playoff game versus Buffalo. He looked lost and all over the place. It wasn't a good game for him. But then again, it was his first playoff performance. He doesn't have a game with more than 3 touchdown passes in his career, which is like, I don't know, I just found that interesting. But what I also found interesting was last season, he had 10 games without an interception. That's pretty impressive. I think next season is going to be crucial for him. I think it's when a lot of people are going to decide, hey, this is an above average NFL quarterback, or oh, this is like a so-so NFL quarterback. At number 8, I have Daniel Jones, and I feel like people are still going to call me biased for putting him at number 8. I feel like people call me biased whenever I talk about him in a positive way, but listen, I know the fumbles are a huge issue. They affect the whole team, not just the offense, because if you're fumbling the ball on your own 30, that puts the defense in a really tough situation. So the fumbles, yes, they're fixable, and he needs to fix them. If he's fumbling a lot still next season, I think it's going to be a big issue. So I'm hoping and thinking the fumbles are going to be fixed. I've seen he's working on them this offseason. But yeah, so if the fumbles are fixed, that's going to be a huge thing. But don't forget, he's had multiple 4+ touchdown games without an interception. Come on. That's pretty impressive. At number 9, I have Drew Lock. I think he has a lot of potential, but like I said in a previous video, let's not overreact to a small sample size. Yes, he played pretty well in those games, but let's not overreact and, put him top 5 on this list. I think he is Denver's franchise quarterback. I don't think Denver is going to be looking for a quarterback for a while, but listen, he only played a few games, so this year is going to be a pretty important year for him. At number 10, I have Baker Mayfield, and it's crazy how bad he was last season compared to his rookie year. Last season, he only had 3 games without an interception. I think the coaching change will help him. I, just like everyone else, am super curious to see if he will bounce back next year because, honestly, I don't know if he will. I just want to say Sam Darnold would be number 11 on this list if there was a number 11. I was very close to putting him in the top 10, but then, I just didn't. But yeah, shout out to Sam Darnold. Okay, guys, that's all I have for this video. Make sure you drop a like. Helps me out, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of this list. I'm sure you guys are going to comment down below. Let me know what I did wrong. And yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. Peace out.